Hey, friends, we are live. It is day 38. Can you believe it? 100 days straight is what we're going for. And tonight is day 38. Crazy to believe we're almost at 40, which means we're closer, ever so closer to halfway through. And we're starting out right now on YouTube. I'm excited about tonight's show. I'm going to talk about live streaming and some tools that we're using. And so we're going to bring on all the Facebook destinations here in just a second, but I'm going to let those of you watching here on YouTube kind of see how that process works. We're using something called Switchboard, and I'll get to that in a minute. But what I want to say is if you're watching this and you haven't created your own YouTube channel yet, go get a YouTube channel created, start posting videos, and jump on that bandwagon. We've said it every night now for 38 nights, so that's all I'll say for now. And also, we highly recommend that you go get a free account on ConvertKit using the link strammel.info strammel.info/ConvertKit. That is a email marketing platform where you can manage up to 1,000 subscribers for free. So we're gonna switch to the to screen 2 with my ATEM Mini, and I'm gonna show you the dashboard for a tool called Switchboard. Go watch episode 16 if you want to hear even more about it, but it's basically you can get it for $2.95 for 5 codes on AppSumo right now and make an incredible investment, have some great things. But we're going to show you how we can bring into our stream, I think it's 5, maybe 6 different destinations on Facebook. The main reason we're going to do it this way is because at some point during this live stream, we're going to basically drop all of the Facebook destinations and continue the live stream exclusively on YouTube. I did this last night, but my Switchboard setup was not working, had nothing to do with Switchboard as it turns out. I'll talk about that maybe at the end. But what I wanted to do last night was demonstrate how basically with one click, I can shut down all of those destinations at once. Doing it in StreamYard, although you can do it, and you can go live on up to 8 destinations. With Switchboard, I can go live on up to 60 destinations, but with StreamYard, I have to click on each of those destinations individually and then end the stream for each one of them. Now with Switchboard, it's not like that. I can actually do it all at once. So we're going to switch to that, and I'll show you. And then we're going to also, let's turn on picture-in-picture so you can see me. So what you see here is Switchboard, and you can see that I have a preview over here of the stream. You can see the health of my stream, the resolution that I'm actually receiving, what the bit rate is, and various other things. I'm not going to scroll on down because you could see the stream key if I did that. I need to hide that actually. Yeah, now it's hidden, so that's good. What you'll see here is this, basically it's called a workflow screen. I'll quickly go to destinations so you can see that I have all of my destinations set up, a number of Facebook groups, number of pages, my profile, Amazon Live, my company's LinkedIn Live, my Twitch, and YouTube. So I've got 10 destinations set up in there. I've had as many as 16 destinations set up, but for now and for tonight, I have 10, but I'm not using all of those even, most of them. So what I want to show you before we actually do it is right now I'm going to collapse this YouTube because we're not going to go live on YouTube right now because we're already live. You're seeing this right now. I'm going to go live on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 destinations simultaneously on Facebook. Again, 3 groups, 2 pages, and 1 profile. So since I've grouped these together, all I need to do is click on the checkbox up here to aggregate them, and then we're going to go live. And you're literally getting to see this as it begins. You can see that they're each starting. That will move from starting to propagating, and then we'll be live on Facebook, and I will basically readdress everyone so that our friends on Facebook can know that we're live there as well. So it's been my experience when it says propagating that you're actually live on Facebook as well, but we're going to give it another few minutes. So if you are on Facebook and you're already seeing this live, just know that we've got a good show for you tonight. And I'm making sure before I go into the heart of this live stream tonight that we're live. And now, from what I can tell, we are live. So we're live tonight on YouTube. So I'm going to say again, hello everyone on YouTube. We're live on a number of destinations on Facebook. And what we're going to talk about tonight is how to use Switchboard to easily manage a live stream where you're going to initially go live on a set of destinations and end that live stream on some subset of those. So I'm going to go back to camera 1 for a moment, and we are sorry, I'm trying to make sure this is, and it's not the picture in picture. There we go. Okay. Picture in picture is off. I'm sorry about that, but then we're going to go to camera 1. There we go. So good evening, everyone. What we're talking about tonight is some technology to do live streaming. So we attempted to do this last night and it didn't quite work. So thanks for joining us. And if you're on Facebook, I just want everyone to know, like we had mentioned earlier, we are going to start out on all of our destinations, and then we will shut down the live stream on Facebook and continue on YouTube for the rest of the show. But I want to talk a little bit about Switchboard so that you know what it is. Before I do that, there is one other thing that I want to do. I'm going to put up or put in the comments a link. And what we'd really like to ask everyone to do is to, if you're on Facebook, well, you're not actually going to be able to see that if you're on Facebook. So let me pull up this banner. If you will go to this link and connect with me on my Facebook page, that would be great. I have a Facebook page called Oily Cadre, and we're going live on that tonight. And all of my friends on Oily Cadre, if you're seeing this either live or on the replay, please go on over to my Facebook page that's under my name, Shane Trammel. This is just a link to that to make it easier. Go on over there and like that page, please. Follow that page. We're going to, begin to probably go live less and less on Oily Cadre, post less and less on Oily Cadre because we're focusing more on personal brand. And we'll talk more about that very specifically in some of the lives coming up in the future. But I do want to say hey to all of my coaches that I'm connected with. I have a Facebook group that focuses on technology for coaches so they can use technology to better enable their business as coaches. Oily Cadre got a lot of 800 followers there, so come on over. I'd like to consolidate, get everyone on my page. And if you're on Facebook, stay connected with me on Facebook, but also would love to have you come on over to YouTube. And this is the link for YouTube. Subscribe, turn on notifications so that you'll know when we're live there. Facebook is really good about notifying. Obviously, if you turn it on when someone goes live, you can do the same thing on YouTube. Also from your phone, if you've turned on notifications, you should know when we go live the next time. So without further ado, let's get back more into Switchboard. And Facebook friends, hang on for just a minute. I would suggest you go on over to YouTube and get connected there, because we're going to be closing down the Facebook destinations here in just a brief moment. But I am going to switch back over to Switchboard, and we're going to work on that a little bit. Turn my picture-in-picture down. So as you can see, or you should be able to see on the screen, I've got a number of what are called groups, and these are groups that group different destinations that I'm going to go live on in whatever order I want them to go in. And so I've got all of my Facebook groups and pages and profiles right here. And as you can see, if I click on this and then click on stop streaming, which I'm going to do here in just a moment, then the Facebook destinations, all of these Facebook destinations will go offline as far as the stream at the same time, or I can basically pick whichever ones that I want. Maybe I'm going to leave all of them up, but these three, and then I can also say stop streaming, so you can see the power of this. And the other thing we're going to do here in just a moment, I will look here at the YouTube and Twitch group. I'm going to go live here on Twitch here in just a minute and bring them on. So let's actually do that right now so that you can kind of see how that would work. The great thing about this is I could start out with StreamYard. So we're using StreamYard tonight as our encoder, which means that we went live on StreamYard with an RTMP connection to Switchboard. And then from there, we can go live on any of these destinations that I have defined in Switchboard. So on StreamYard, if you want to kind of understand the flow, when I went live on StreamYard, I had YouTube selected and I had the RTMP selected. And so you can now see that we're live on Twitch. So Twitch, hello Twitch. Thank you very much for being with me tonight. We're talking about StreamYard and Switchboard and some unique ways that you can manage your streaming destinations and kind of over the course of a live stream, potentially shut some of them down and in a sense funnel everyone to maybe a select few or a single destination. So we are going to here in a moment shut down the stream on the Facebook destinations, and we'll continue to just stay on YouTube and Twitch. So if you're on Facebook, please come on over to YouTube and you should be able to see the link down at the bottom to come on over to YouTube. So back to Switchboard for a moment. Again, as you can see, we're live on YouTube through StreamYard, so you won't see a status for that. We're live on Twitch. We're live on all of these Facebook platforms, and we're going to close those down. So again, Facebook friends, come on over to YouTube and we'll finish it. So I'm going to click here, and then all I have to do is click stop streaming, and then we will see those streams go offline. So you're probably in somewhere or another starting to see the stream go away if you're on Facebook, and our YouTube friends are still there. Twitch friends are still there. So we'll actually give our Facebook friends a few minutes to come on over. And let's just talk a little bit more about Switchboard. We're going to leave this kind of short tonight. But Switchboard is a powerful, powerful tool if you're going to do live streaming. So you do want to, in my opinion, go on over to the link and at least check that out. So we'll pull that up. It's also in the description. And I'm not actually sure that I have a banner to pull up the link, but if I don't, I'll add one real quick just so that you can see it. And I don't. So I'm going to create a banner here real quick in StreamYard for a link that you can go to check out Switchboard. So we're going to turn off picture-in-picture. Obviously, we don't need that. So it's strammel.info. And by the way, you might be wondering, what is strammel.info? That's just a URL shortener, kind of like bit.ly, or, Google used to have one. There's various others. And we use short.io, and I have a domain that's strammel.info, and that way I can create these short links. So here is the link for AppSumo. AppSumo is a platform that offers mostly cloud solutions. I don't know if it's exclusively cloud solutions, but certainly the majority of the software systems that they offer are cloud-based services like Switchboard. So if you go to strammel.info/AppSumo, and then in the top left, if you put in Switchboard, then you will, you can check that out. So actually what we'll do, I'm going to open up another browser, and we're going to go to that, and let's put that in. strammel.info/AppSumo. And then what we'll notice when that comes up is a screen of all the different offers that they have. So up here in the search bar, put in Switchboard, and then hit enter. And you'll notice right here, it's a pretty bright screen, but you notice right here, you can get information on Switchboard. I cover a lot of this in episode 16, but let's talk about it again briefly, because I don't know how much longer this offer is going to be out there. I just know that it's a crazy good deal right now. The way AppSumo works, and I'm not going to talk about it at length, but you basically buy promo codes, and you can stack them, which means if you buy one promo code, you get so much. If you buy two, you get more. And so as you stack each of these promo codes, then you get incrementally more capability, and most of these offers have a finite amount of codes that you can go to. For this deal, 5 is the most that you can get. So let's talk about briefly with the single code at $59. And oh, by the way, if you use my code, it is an affiliate link, and you'll get $10 off. So with the single code, you get all the features up here, which is, let's look at those real quick. You get lifetime access. That's the other amazing thing about AppSumo. Almost all of these deals are lifetime deals. So you pay one time and you have access to the capabilities listed out in the offer for life. Lifetime access to the Pro Plan, all features, all future Pro Plan updates. That's really important. In other words, it's not like you get what's available today and as they add new things, you don't get it. No, that's not the case. You get it all. You can stack up to 5 codes, as I mentioned. Only new Switchboard users can do this. So if you actually already have a Switchboard account, maybe you want to get another Switchboard account under a different email address or something along those lines, you do have 60 days to return it. Let's talk about features included in all plans. Stream Share, I'm going to talk about this just a short version of that. You can find out more in episode 16, but Stream Share allows you to basically send out an email to any number of people, and they can basically authorize you to go live on their social media accounts, whether that's Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, all of those. Unlimited monthly streaming hours. You can get up to a 10 megabit per second bit rate, which that's pretty high. I mean, I was going to show a speed test here in a minute so you could have some context for what I'm working with. I'm in a rural part of Texas, out in the country, if you will. So internet access is not always the best, but I've recently got my internet fixed, and it's much better than it has been. You get email chat support from 9 to 5. I actually had a support issue that I was actually able to talk to a support person on the phone. So, hey, Switchboard support, great job. They got the problem I had fixed. I have 5 codes, so I guess maybe I get phone support, or they were just being nice. I'm not 100% certain. No branding, even with 1 code. So that's really cool. A little bit more on this single. You get all of those features above. You can have 3 users, which means 3 different people logged in, 5 simultaneous streaming destinations. So that means up to 5 destinations. You could literally have 3 different people, 3 different locations going live, and 3 of those could be going to any combination of a total of 5 simultaneous destinations. That's pretty cool. Okay, now with 2 codes here, you get all the features that we've already talked about. 5 users instead of 3, 10 simultaneous streaming destinations, and 2 encoder workflows. Now let me change the statement that I actually just made about the single. It's 1 encoder workflow, which means 1 location where you're encoding. So you could have 3 users kind of help manage the show, if you will, for those 5 destinations that you're going live to or multi-streaming to, but only 1 encoder. So right now, my encoder happens to be StreamYard. So I would not be able to have a friend or a colleague or someone working for my company, if you will, go live somewhere else and manage another live stream. But that immediately changes if you get 2 codes, $118 one time. You get 2 encoders. So now what that really means is you could have 2 different, you could be at 2 different locations, not you be in 2 locations, but 2 of you in 2 different locations, going live and streaming to a combination between the 2 of 10 total destinations. Now, where it really becomes powerful, this is 3. It's just a multiple of this. I'm going to go ahead and click 5 codes. This is where it truly becomes amazing and a crazy deal. So you can have 15 users. That's 15 different people with their own login. You can go live on up to 60 simultaneous streaming destinations, 10 encoder workflows. So that means you could literally have 10 different locations going live at the same time with their own encoder, their own cameras, their own audience, whatever it is. That's super, super powerful. You can also have at 10, I don't think you get this at 4. Okay, you get this last thing, Stream Share branded page at 4 and 5. Is it with 3 as well? Okay, it is. So this is one other thing that I want to talk about. this Stream Share branded page allows you to basically have a landing page where you can point people to, and they can go and register their destinations so that you can go live on their destinations. Go listen to episode 16 rather than me talking about that again. I talk about it quite a bit in episode 16, so I don't want to revisit it here, but it's very powerful because it gives you the ability to basically potentially exponentially grow the reach for that particular live stream. It's very, very powerful. One of the other things that you're going to get, so when you log into this and do the search, go read through these reviews and questions. One of the things you're also going to get with this, let me scroll down. Here it is. Yep. Going to be able to get an embeddable HTML5 player. It's in beta from what I understand right now, and although it's not clear on this page, if you get the 5 codes and stack them, activate them all, when this comes out of the alpha stage, you're going to be able to get that, be able to deploy that, which means you would be able to live stream basically to a destination where you could embed that onto your WordPress. I assume Wix. I assume any website that allows you to add an embed code, you'd be able to go live on that. So if you're a StreamYard user, this is big for you, because one of the most often asked questions in the Facebook group for StreamYard is, how can I stream to my website? I think this is the closest thing to that without you having to implement some kind of a Google or Amazon web service, that type of thing. I would love to see this. I'm going to actually do some searching and see if maybe there's a video out on this. You could do the same, but this is going to be huge. Some points to be made that I think is also helpful. Switchboard is not a cloud encoder. So Switchboard, although they may choose to do this in the future, Switchboard does not replace the need for an encoder. So think of an encoder being like a StreamYard or an Ecamm or OBS or vMix or BeLive maybe, which I've never used. And so as long as those encoders have the ability to create an RTMP destination, then you're golden. And so you could get the cheapest plan on StreamYard, go with 5 destinations, get the 5 codes on this, use those two together for a very powerful combination of streaming capabilities. Again, episode 16, and then I think episode maybe 36, somewhere around in there, I talk more about some scenarios where you could use this to go live through the stream share on a whole host of destinations. I'll briefly say, just imagine that you have a team of leaders. I'll just say it that way. They each have their own Facebook page or Facebook groups, and you're going to be presenting something as kind of like the head leader or educator for whatever reason in that particular scenario. You could get those individual leaders to basically give you access to their pages, to their groups, to their Twitter accounts, to their YouTube accounts if they have them, to their Twitch accounts. You can go live, and then it goes to all of those. So you then don't have to rely on them sharing your live stream from your page or them doing a watch party. None of that. You get to go live and you can do it. Now, the other cool thing, and this is what we're actually going to be doing with my company, is when we do webinars, a lot of times that's with Zoom. So we'll do a webinar with Zoom, and then we will also, through the custom RTMP connection that you can set up on Zoom, go into Switchboard, and then from there decide where we want to go. So let's pull up Switchboard again for a moment. So imagine that you, again, start out on Zoom, and then I could activate any of these destinations that are not activated right now, for example, which would be a perfect scenario for you if you've gotten approved on LinkedIn to go to LinkedIn Live. If I click on the Go Live button there, then I'm instantly going to be live on LinkedIn at the same time. And by the way, I've talked about this in the last few episodes. If you haven't, I suggest that you go apply for a LinkedIn Live authorization. You have to go through a approval process. It does take some people 6, 7 times. Some people get it the first time. Some people get it after 3. At a company level, for a company page, it took my company 2 times to get it, and we just recently got it, and we've tested it, and the engagement is amazing. The reach, the organic reach is amazing. So, again, regardless of what you do, if you're in business, coach, consultant, lawyer, real estate agent, builder, contractor, artist, web developer, it doesn't matter. I hope you have a LinkedIn account. If you don't, start there, get a LinkedIn account, start getting active on LinkedIn, and then go apply for the LinkedIn Live. If you go to let me go back here for a moment. If you go to I'm going to pull up a different link. If you go to this link right here, this link takes you to our playlist on YouTube, and go look at the titles. One of the titles talks about LinkedIn, and so we talk about LinkedIn Live at some length. So we're still trying to get to the point where I can have a very clear and outlined agenda for the night's live stream. I'm always prepared mentally, and every night there's always been an intention of what I would cover. So that's always been the case, but I'd like to have in the future an outline, those types of things, with the day job and all of that, and doing this in the evenings. Not quite gotten there yet, but go to that playlist and get caught up. I think we've actually shared quite a few things of value. Live streaming is one of the things that we're camped out on right now, because I really believe that not only now, but certainly in the future, it's going to be something that will be needed as a core competence in your with regards to something that you're capable of doing, and capable of doing it well. I don't think that you're going to be able to, unless you're retiring sometime really soon. I don't think you're going to be able to escape the reality that for many of us, we're going to have to be comfortable with going live, or have, if we're an organization that's large enough, have someone that's doing that on our behalf or for our company. But if you're, a personal brand, or if a big part of your business is you, as a personality, or the person that really drives, people in, you're going to have to show your face, regardless of how pretty you think your face is, or regardless of how, unattractive you might think you are, regardless of how well you think you may or may not be able to present. You're not going to be able to get away from it. That's why we encourage you every night to create a YouTube channel, get one going. If you want some pointers on that, if you want to know how to make that grow, send me an email, send me a direct message. I would say send me an email for sure. You can try to send me a direct message. The biggest problem with that is I've got, 6 destinations, but that's one of the reasons trying to get people to come to YouTube more often. But if you want to send me an email, you can send me an email to Shane at Trammel. That's TRAMMEL.me. So Shane at Trammel.me. Send me an email. Let's get together one way or another through Zoom, through email back and forth, through Facebook Messenger, number of different ways. You can also find me at Instagram at Shane Trammel, Twitter the same, Facebook unfortunately is Shane Trammel 1, but my YouTube is also Shane Trammel. So everything but Facebook, unfortunately, everything except for Facebook is Shane Trammel, just my name. And then for Facebook, I've already shared the link, but if you want to go to the direct link and not use a short link, you can just go to facebook.com/Shane Trammel 1 and follow me there. Come on over to YouTube. So I think we're going to wrap this one up. I will add this episode, which is episode 38, to the playlist here in just a moment. I would ask that you share this with your friends and connections. That being, I would say, if you're going to share any one thing, share with them the playlist, the YouTube playlist, and ask them, if you will, for me to consider subscribing, to consider turning on notifications. Will help everyone understand YouTube a little bit more here for just a moment, and then we're going to close it out for the night with YouTube. To be a part of their partner program, which means you can then quote unquote monetize your channel if you choose. You're not forced to, but if you want to and choose to monetize your videos with ads, for example, you need to be in the YouTube partner program. And to get there, you need 1,000 subscribers and you need 4,000 watch hours. It's not necessarily easy for many people to get there. So it is a journey. Everyone's journey is different. Some people get there really fast. Some people get there really, really slow. Some people get there somewhere in between fast and slow. It just depends. And there are a number of ways to try to speed that up. We've talked about those some in the past. We'll talk about some of that more again in a very specific and well-titled stream or pre-recorded video to talk through that. But we're on that journey, and we're at, when I looked at it tonight, 352 subscribers, and we're at, I think, 16, or I don't know, several thousand minutes of watch time, but we're not close to the 4,000 yet. So you would be doing us a huge favor if you would actually go and start our playlist at the beginning and let it play through, and just, listen to it while you're, taking care of your kids or fixing dinner, fixing lunch, whatever it is. Even when you walk away, just let it play, and that'll help us reach those hours. And I know that you'll find things of value in there. So go create your own YouTube channel, get on that journey yourself, and come follow us on that journey. We'd love to have you be a part of the YouTube community that we're trying to build. We're focused on 100 days of live streaming at the moment, but after that, we'll begin to produce more pre-recorded videos. That's not to say that we won't do any pre-recorded videos until after our 100 days of live streaming, but it's going to be less likely that we'll do many of them. But we do have several videos out there on the Sony ZV-1 camera, mainly because that's the the camera that I use to go live as my live stream webcam. It's a excellent camera. I'm not going to go into all that because we've got videos that talk about it. And I have talked about it some in some of the previous episodes, so go check those out. I hope you're catching on that. I think actually in the last 38 days, we've been able to cover a number of topics. The other thing I'm going to do once I can add this in, if you go right up here, it's so hard to point. I'm going to add a what's called a card, and you can go click on the playlist from there. So that's all we're going to cover tonight. Don't let this be the last video that you watch. Go check out some of the other videos that we have in our playlist and on our previously uploaded videos. We do appreciate so much you being a part of this, and come back for 39 tomorrow, Saturday, and then Sunday will be day 40, which is pretty amazing. At around day 45, we're going to do some type of a giveaway. Still need to think through what that would be. We will definitely do that exclusively on YouTube. So make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you have notifications turned on so you can get in on that. I think everyone will hopefully think that the giveaway is something they would want to have the opportunity to get in on. So again, have a great weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow for episode 39. All right, good night.